So without further ado, I will turn this over to Beth. And thank you all again for being here.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to be trying to share my screen while I'm talking. So my project was based on working with reluctant readers. I work with middle school reluctant readers, and I wanted to change the culture in my building and in my classroom and share it on a larger basis. So because my video is longer than it's supposed to, and I don't want Nancy to get mad at me, I'll just start with that. Project, I focused on working with reluctant middle school readers in order to change the culture and the attitudes around reading in my classroom, and sharing my thoughts and experiences around this work with other educators. The work on this project had primarily two objectives: to change the culture inside of my classroom in order to increase student independent reading, engagement, and excitement around reading. And as I said, to share my thoughts and experiences with others through blog posts and social media. Some of the changes that were implemented in my classroom were time daily to read, time and opportunity to discuss what they've read through book chats and book groups, and creative outlets to allow students to share their books. One of the activities that we've done is First Line Face Off, which is basically a musical chairs competition with students and their books. In this work, I've seen that students are reading more in class. They're more able and willing to talk about what they've read, what they've liked, and what they haven't. And they're discovering who they are as readers, and not being afraid to abandon books that aren't right for them. And they still hate AR. The second objective of my work was to share my experiences with others. So I started a blog called One Book at a Time, which currently has 4 posts touching on subjects like accelerated reader, the power of choice of reading, and the importance of connecting with students. In order to expand my teacher voice, I pitched my writing to a variety of educational websites. I was accepted as a contributor to the Nerdy Book Club. My first article was published last week. The editors of the website, the 74 Million, have opted to repost one of my blog posts, which will be up shortly. I will also be attending the Scholastic Reading Summit in July and presenting PD to my faculty about establishing a reading culture in middle school. During this project, I had an opportunity to connect with some amazing educators, one being Dr. Brad Gustafson, who is a principal, the author of Reclaiming Our Calling and Renegade Leadership, and he's also a blogger. Liz Garden, who's a principal in Eastern Massachusetts, and she's also going to be presenting a workshop about reading culture at the Scholastic Reading Summit. And the third connection was actually with my own principal, Stacy Manette, who has been extremely supportive in creating this culture school-wide. All right, so the biggest surprise I had with these critical connections was my principal. My principal is very data-driven, has emphasized the importance of standardized tests more often than I really think you need to. And she is strongly supportive of changing the culture that we had as far as focusing their reading on limited texts, having them having to do these multiple choice quizzes. She's all in to change this culture, and that was one of the joys and the surprises that I had in this project.